What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Weekly GCap, the only source you'll ever need to catch up on all the gaming news from the last week. As always, we got quite a couple stories to go through, and as always, if there's only a couple of stories that interest you, feel free to either use the timestamps down in the description or just scroll through the time bar in the video and all the chapters will be labeled there. First things first, two games are free on Epic Games, those being Arcade Paradise and Made of Scare. These are free until July 25th at 11 a.m. EST, so you might as well go redeem them because there's no better price than free. Next up, some new games were added to Nintendo Switch Online. This coming from Nintendo of America on X. Quote, 3 classic games featuring Starfy, the Prince of Puff Top, are now available to play for Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack members. These games being for the Game Boy Advance, and those are Densetsu no Starfy 1, Densetsu no Starfy 2, and Densetsu no Starfy 3. Now, these are in Japanese, but these are more or less just like 2D platformers, so you are able to play these games with minimal issues and, you know, just a general understanding of what's going on as you're playing the game, but that is worth noting that they have not been translated to English. Worst case scenario, if you get absolutely stuck, you can just pull up the Google Translate app and, you know, use the little camera feature on there and it should automatically translate everything for you. But again, you should have no issues there, and otherwise, these are some very fun games. Next up, the second wave of July Xbox Game Pass games were announced. All of these games are available now, and all of these games are also day one releases for the service. So, Magical Delicacy, Flock, Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn, Dungeons of Hinterberg, and Kunitsugami: Path of the Goddess. As I had already mentioned, all of these games are available now, and again, I mean, there's still a good week or two left in the month, so maybe they'll have a few surprise drops before the month ends, but we'll see. Next up, I just wanted to let you guys know that there is a bit of a fire sale happening right now for the Xbox 360 Marketplace. So for those that are unaware, the store will be officially closing on July 29th. Now, I have been seeing a lot of confusion online. There's been people saying, wait, is the Xbox 360 online going down entirely, like what happened with the Wii U and 3DS earlier this year? And no, that is not the case. The Xbox 360, whether that be backwards compatible games or just even on the original Xbox 360 hardware, the online servers and connectivity will be working and functioning as intended. The only thing that will not be available is the Xbox 360 Marketplace, so all of those non-backwards compatible games will be going away. That being said, if you're on Xbox One, Series X, Series S, or if you're on PC and you go to the website directly, you will still be able to purchase backwards compatible Xbox 360 games. So don't jump on those right away necessarily, but for the games that are, you know, not backwards compatible, definitely jump on those as soon as possible. And as I mentioned before, there's a bit of a fire sale happening right now where there are some games that are $1, $2, $3, maybe upwards of $5, but there's some going for as low as 75 cents, 50 cents. Like I said, when I said it's a fire sale, I meant it. Like, literally, there's tons of less than $1 games on there to pick up. So definitely do some scrolling, definitely watch some videos. Even if you go to Microsoft's site, they have it like a whole list there directly of what games are available, what's on sale. The sale will be running until the final day of the store on July 29th. So again, make sure you get on this ASAP. And it's also worth noting, if for some reason you aren't able to use your 360 to buy these games, it would actually probably be preferred if you can do it online, you can buy the games from there, and it'll automatically be added to your account. And as long as you purchase these games before the store closes, you will be able to re-download them indefinitely, or at least until Microsoft stops allowing you to do that, but that shouldn't be for a long time in the foreseeable future. So as long as you purchase them now, you'll be able to download the games again, even after the store closes. Next up, I just want to let you guys know that the PlayStation Summer Sale has gone live. There is tons of games that are marked down considerably, and this sale will be going until August 14th, so you have almost a month to do it. There's a tons of sales, like I have, for example, the new Call of Duty, that's down to less than $40. If you go, you can like filter by prices on there, and also by add-ons or full games or bundles or deluxe editions. Like, they have all sorts of different unique filters on the PlayStation Store that you can use to kind of sort through all the sales. I've seen some games going for less than $2, less than $1. So like, again, and also if you have like PlayStation Plus, they'll give you even more sales for that. So definitely do some scrolling. Me personally, I do always tend to just go for physical games, but sometimes when you see that game on there where it's like, this costs maybe like $20+ physically, but it's only like $1 or less here on the PlayStation Store, alright, yeah, I'll get it here for now. I'll get it physically at some point down the line. You know, it's one of those things, so definitely just take a scroll just in case. Next up, the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 beta dates were announced. So early access will be kicking off August 30th to September 4th, and those are for the people that pre-ordered the game, whether you get the standard edition or the vault edition, you will have access to that early access period. And then for the open beta, you know, if you don't feel like pre-ordering or anything like that, then you'll be able to access the game from September 6th to September 9th. It is also worth noting that I believe as long as you have Game Pass, you will be able to get access to the early access period, so you won't necessarily need to pre-order the game, but as long as you have Game Pass active, that should also allow you access to the early access period. Me personally, I already secured the Vault Edition as soon as pre-orders went live, so I'm all good to go. Next up, the Karate Kid Street Rumble was announced. That's coming from Gamatsu. Quote, publisher Game Mill Entertainment and developer Otaclick Game Studio have announced the Karate Kid Street Rumble, a 16-bit style side-scrolling beat-em-up game for PS5, Xbox Series consoles, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC through Steam. It will launch on September 20th. The game, set in the 1980s, will feature playable characters Daniel Russo, Mr. Miyagi, Kumiko or Ali Mills, and classic foes like Johnny Lawrence, John Kreese, Terry Silver, and others across 12 stages. And then, you know, they just kind of go on to talk about the game, but I am very, very excited for this. I remember watching the Karate Kid movies back in the day. I have always loved this IP, and furthermore, I love 16-bit games, and I love side-scrolling beat-em-ups, and, well, that all matches the description right here, so I'm really excited for this one. Definitely will be checking it out as soon as it releases. I've been loving this recent resurgence of beat-em-ups, right? Like a couple of years ago, we had like Streets of Rage 4 kind of kicking things off with that renaissance, then we had the Scott Pilgrim game, and then TMNT Shredder's Revenge, and then this, and then there's like a G.I. Joe game coming up. Like, it's amazing. Next up, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutants Unleashed was announced. They put up a trailer, and the description reads, quote, new trailer alert, get ready for an awesome new adventure with your favorite heroes in a half shell. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutants Unleashed is gearing up to unleash an epic wave of action on PC and consoles on October 18th, 2024. Embark on a pizza-fueled journey with Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, and Michelangelo to battle an all-new wave of havoc-wreaking mutants as you join forces with familiar faces and thrilling missions across the streets of NYC. There has been a lot, and I do mean a lot, of TMNT games coming out, and considering the fact that we were in a drought of TMNT games a couple of years ago, I will definitely take the alternative here. I am glad that we're getting this many TMNT games. Huge TMNT fan. Now, if we could just get another live-action movie, I'd be all set. Next up, EA Sports FC 25 was announced. They put up a trailer, and the description reads, quote, everything for the club. EA Sports FC 25 launches September 27th with pre-orders available now. Experience more ways to win for the club in EA Sports FC 25. Team up with friends in your favorite modes with the new 5v5 rush and manage your club to victory as FC IQ delivers more tactical control than ever before. Pre-order EA Sports FC 25 Ultimate Edition by August 20th to get an untradeable football Ultimate Team Hero item in EA Sports FC 25 with an upgraded Prime version arriving in November, and receive an untradeable hero or icon player item in FC 24 Ultimate Team from the grades of the game campaign. End quote. So, after the description was just talking about fun pre-order bonuses, which really goes to show you where their head is at when they're making these sports games. But anyway, yeah, for any sports games fans out there, figured I'd mention that. But typically, you know, these games either end up going to subscription services or something similar like PlayStation Plus Essential, where you basically kind of sort of own it digitally as long as you are still a PS Plus member. So more or less, you'll probably be able to get it through some other means as the year goes on. But, you know, if you follow these games closely, well, then there you go. You'll be able to pre-order it now, and you'll have it in your hands soon. Next up, the Nintendo Switch Lite Hyrule Edition was announced. I'll go ahead and put a picture up on screen just so you guys can kind of get a look at it, but this is obviously going to coincide with the new Zelda game, and man, this thing looks great. It's all gold, it has the Triforce symbol on the back, and yeah, this will be retailing for $209.99 USD. It will also be releasing September 26, 2024, and yeah, again, just another great looking Switch limited edition console, or special edition console, whatever you want to call it. There's been a ton of these throughout the console's life cycle, and yeah, this one's definitely great. The Zelda systems, when it comes to just Nintendo in general, whether it be the Switch or we go back a bit further with like the Wii U and the 3DS and such, always knock it out of the park with the Zelda special editions. Next up, a Deadpool Xbox Series X was announced. So I'll put a picture up on screen, and this one does look really cool, but one cheeky thing we'll mention here is that Deadpool's buttocks are on the back of the controller. So this can only be earned via a sweepstakes competition, unfortunately, which Microsoft is running right now. It includes the Deadpool-themed console, a Deadpool-themed console stand, and the Deadpool-themed controller with the buttocks included, but yeah, unfortunately this will not be for sale. You can only win it via a sweepstakes, so the chances are essentially 1 in a trillion there, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely gonna put in an entry and hopefully win this thing. Next up, the Xbox 360 Blades theme is available for Xbox Series X and S, so I'll go ahead and put a picture up on screen just so you guys can kind of get an idea for it, or hey, maybe if you're a bit younger and you don't even know what the Blades theme is, well then, gosh, that just makes me feel really old and fossilized. Anyway, this coming from a new news.xbox.com, quote, starting today, there's a brand new Xbox dynamic background featuring the fan-favorite Blades user interface from the Xbox 360 era. To get the Xbox 360 Blades background, follow these simple steps. Press the Xbox button on your controller to open the guide, navigate to Profile and System, then go to Settings, then General, then Personalization, then My Background, and then Dynamic Backgrounds. Choose Xbox 360 Blades under Featured or Xbox Dynamic Backgrounds. Select the background art you want using the A button. End quote. So it's as simple as that, and yeah, this thing, especially in person, oh man, it looks sweet, it looks nostalgic. Me personally, I'm the type of guy, I keep my consoles very vanilla, I don't use themes, I just, whatever the console comes with out of the box, that's what I use on my, like PlayStation 5, for example, just everything's default there. During the PlayStation 4, PS3 generation, everything was default there. The Xbox 360, I did have a few themes a couple of times, like towards the latter half of the generation when they switched up the UI, I had like a Call of Duty Black Ops theme that I used for a little while, but still nowadays I just went back to like the plain white background. That being said, I will leave this one on for at least a day or two just to get that nostalgia fix, just to, keep the cozy vibes going. I will be going back to the default at some point, but yeah, it does look really nice, it looks really nostalgic, and I would recommend at least trying it out, whether you miss those old days or just maybe you were too young and you missed it, definitely give it a shot. And finally, the mysterious Emio Nintendo Switch game was officially announced. So if you remember last episode, we had talked about they were teasing this very mysterious looking Emio game with the hashtag #WhoIsEmio being posted all over the social medias. Everybody that follows Nintendo, or even that doesn't follow Nintendo, like I saw people outside of the Nintendo sphere that normally cover Xbox and PlayStation stuff looking into this, and they were like, hold up, wait, what's going on here? But finally, we have some answers. So, this coming from the eShop page for the game, which is available now. Quote, the next installment in the Famicom Detective Club series is on its way. Investigate a crime and unmask the truth in a dark, twisted thriller when the Emio, the Smiling Man Famicom Detective Club game launches on the Nintendo Switch system August 29th. In Emio, the Smiling Man Famicom Detective Club, gosh, for some reason that's a bit of a tongue twister, a student has been found dead in a chilling fashion, his head covered with a paper bag with an eerie smiling face drawn on it. This unsettling visage bears a striking resemblance to a recurring clue in a string of unsolved murders from 18 years ago, as well as Emio the Smiling Man, a killer of urban legend who is said to grant his victims a smile that will last forever. Play the role of an assistant private investigator with Utsugi Detective Agency, where you are tasked with helping police solve this crime. Along the way, scrutinize the clues and testimonies you gather for potential connections to the gruesome events of the past. Emio the Smiling Man Famicom Detective Club. Gosh, I'm having so much trouble saying that title. It's the first new Famicom Detective Club story in 35 years. This title follows the previously released first and second installments in the series, most recently remade for the Nintendo Switch system, those being Famicom Detective Club The Missing Heir and Famicom Detective Club The Girl Who Stands Behind. Has a serial killer returned, or is this the work of a copycat? Are these crimes inspired by the Smiling Man story, or the origin of it? These answers and more will be discovered as you investigate in Emio the Smiling Man Famicom Detective Club. End quote. So, yeah, I was actually really excited when I heard this because I did get a chance to check out the remakes that they did a couple years ago, because before that, these games were essentially just like Japan exclusive, and as the name may suggest, they were like exclusive to the Famicom way back in the day. So when they were remade and, actually available in the States, I was really excited. Again, dove on it immediately, got to play through both those games, had a lot of fun with them. And I honestly wasn't even expecting a new game. Like, even when they were announcing this or teasing this, like, a new Famicom Detective Club game was not on my cards as to what this could be, but I'm really excited for this. As they said, this will be releasing August 29th, and I will be getting this day one physically. Again, I am so excited, and it's just, man, especially, like, the artwork for the game, with, like, the cover art and just the art style and everything, it's just, it's hitting. It's gonna be great. But anyways, that is all the stories that I got for you guys this week. This was definitely a bit of a lighter week, a bit more positive, not as much drama and businessy stuff, this, that, and the other. Just, a bit more quiet, a bit more chill. But hey, sometimes, if I'm gonna be honest, that's kind of how I prefer things to be. I just like talking about video games. The drama and stuff, sure, it can be fun sometimes, but I'm not a very drama-oriented guy. Even in real life, I don't like drama, I don't like negativity. I just like talking about things I love, gushing about things I love, and just focusing on stuff that I'm excited for. So this episode in particular was actually a lot of fun to record and just kind of, again, gush about stuff that I love. So anyways, now I'd love to hear from you guys just about anything that we talked about today. But anyway, this is Weekly GCap. New episodes go live every single Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. So if you want to catch them as soon as they go live, well then I know to be here. But anyway, that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Have an amazing day and an amazing weekend. Stay beautiful. I love you all. Peace.